This is Scout Skills or Sup Gaming, depending on which channel you're watching on. Today we'll be talking about nature and wildlife along Morrow Mountain State Park and major landmarks in that area where the Yadkin, Uari, and PD rivers meet. So stick around, guys. If you like this video, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. It helps out a lot with the algorithm. So let's get started. Today we're out here at Morrow Mountain State Park, but it's absolutely gorgeous out here, guys. To our left over that way is Morrow Mountain State Park. To our right over that way is the Uari National Forest. Up above us is a whole bunch of vultures circling looking for dead animals. I doubt they're actually found an animal to eat, but it looks like they're searching for carcasses right now. We have just rounded the corner and the dam has just peeked into view just now. You can see it out in the distance. This dam is one of the oldest dams in North Carolina. It was in the early 1900s. There are dams older than it, but it was built a long time ago. It's the last dam on the Yadkin River before it enters into the PD river system. There are a bunch of dams above it. Each dam has the potential to devastate this local area and wipe out hundreds of houses along the river basin. Another quick view of it right up here. A long time ago, this river actually used to be a lot smaller, and Native Americans would build small dams on shallow points along this river that they used to cross over the river as well as catch fish and for spearfishing and bow fishing. And they would come out here and they would walk along the wall of the dam and they would fish off of that, and they would throw their spears down and catch the fish. We'll do another documentary on Native American history, hopefully in the near future. But this river was a main mode of transportation for the Native Americans through thousands of years. Local to this area were the Catawba Native Americans, which were for most of North Carolina. Around the 17 to 1800s, they almost got completely wiped out, with only 400 in number. But their language is not even really recorded in any significance. If you were to look up language on the safari of the Catawba natives, you would not be able to find very much. But the Catawba natives would have traded up and down this river, as well as colonists would have traveled along this river back in the 18 to 1900s before the dams were built. There is some kind of falcon, it looks like. I'm going to identify this later when I go back to my house and I edit this video. But look at this guy flying around here. Let's see if he lands in his nest. This guy is just circling above the water over here, probably scouting the area for fish and small animals like squirrels, maybe other birds. We're just chilling here with this snapping turtle right next to us. It's definitely not a box turtle. I'm guessing it's a snapping turtle. I'll once again ID it later if I can and tell you guys. But he should have moved with how old he was. Most turtles will skimp off into the water and run away. But he was bold. He was just sitting up there and letting us pass right by him. Over there on the shoreline on the right hand side, you can see just how high the water has risen and eroded that soil. It's risen even higher than that in the past, but that's just the soil that's been eroded. That's all that means. We just saw a blue heron. We're trying to track it down. We hear a lot of wildlife and birds out here. There's a bunch of birds in the tree line. I've been hearing them chirping warning sounds as we're coming through here. There's some birds way up there in the sky, but you probably won't be able to see that with the camera. There's birds just flying overhead, crossing above us. We're trying to track down this heron that we're chasing right now. Not sure if we'll be able to catch it, but hopefully we will be able to get a good picture of it for you guys and be able to catch up to it. The blue heron is all over North Carolina, but we have a special amount of them here at Morrow Mountain State Park. We have a bunch of blue herons that just go up and down this river system. Sorry, I'm whispering. I'm trying to be quiet as we're chasing this thing. There actually is something in the water in front of us. It might actually be an otter I'm seeing. I'm not completely sure. It's moving in the water over that way. This is as far as I can zoom in on it. There's a bunch of wildlife over here. I'm not sure where this blue heron went. It might be out of our reach due to current in this river. But I'm hearing a bird chirping right now. It sounds like it's chirping a warning sound. I wish that otter would have hung out in front of me for a little bit longer. I'm assuming it was an otter. I'm not completely sure. It was too far away for me to see well enough. Oh, there's the blue heron. It's flying right in front of us. Those things just sit super still in the water and wait for fish to swim by, and the fish swim right in front of them, and then the herons just snatch up the fish. They're such quiet, skilled, sneaky hunters. This is as close to the dam as we're going to be able to get. There's some serious current over here right now. We're about to be just spun around in a circle and be shoved back out. We're seeing almost some small rapids on these rocks up ahead of us. You can see the current on the camera just sweeping around these rocks. And you can hear just the silent rapids. I'm gonna be quiet for a minute. Listen to those rapids. That's just a super pretty noise. I could sit here all day and just listen to this. That's probably why the turtles love sitting up here too. Just super peaceful. Where we're at right now is one of the common spots that we recommend everybody to go when they come down to the boathouse and rent a kayak. It's a super common spot in the summer. There's no one here right now because it's winter. Typically it's too shallow for canoes to get in, but since it's winter there's so much more water in this river, the water level is a lot higher, and we're able to get back here and really see what this area looks like. I know if we were to cut to the right over there in a kayak, we would be going down into the woods, and we could actually get pretty far into the woods if we were to cut to the right if we were in a kayak. If we were to go to the left, it would dead end up at that crossing up there. The right there goes back into the woods, the left will dead end. That rustling in the bushes that we hear right now is a robin, although I can't get a clear shot on it due to all those tall grasses. Also hear a couple of other birds chirping in this area. There should be a bunch of wildlife back here though. It's nice coming out here in the winter when there's no one else on the water disturbing all these animals. That was some bird poop that we just saw along with the bird feather. This area has got to be highly trafficked by birds. There's another bird feather over there, that little white speck. Alright, I just confirmed it. There is a blue heron nest up in one of these tall pine trees. The blue heron just came out of its nest and flew over my head. I'm not sure where it is now, but I just saw it fly over my head. There it is, over there. It's in that tree right there. I see the actual nest. Let me zoom in on that nest. There, up in that tree is the blue heron nest. I found it. Up in the very top of that pine tree. In this river, we only have one species of snapping turtle, which is the common snapping turtle, hence the name. But if you go farther south, just by a little bit into South Carolina, there's actually a heron that looks like just flew overhead. I barely saw it. Something big just flew over my head just now. Might come out here soon. Is it gonna come out? No, it's nesting up in that tree. There's something massive nesting up in that tree right now. Just behind this pine tree, there is something massive nesting over there. I'm not sure what it is. I didn't get a good look at it. I hope I caught it on film. But there's also the alligator snapping turtle, which the alligator snapping turtle lives farther south and is really the only other species of snapping turtle that lives locally close to the Carolinas. And although the alligator snapping turtle sounds more scary, it's larger and it may have a lot stronger bite force just due to its size. The common snapping turtle is by far the most aggressive. The difference between turtles and box turtles is turtles typically dwell on land and only come near streams for something to drink and or hunt small other reptiles and insects and that kind of a thing, whereas turtles live their entire lives in the water. Things like snapping turtles and almost never come out on land except typically to sunbathe sometimes. We are almost back to the Three Rivers point. Directly behind us is the Yadkin River. Over to our left, over that way, which we'll give you a better picture of once we get closer, is the Uari River. And directly in front of us, where those two meet, forms the PD River. The Yadkin River and the Uari River meet right at the boathouse at Morrow Mountain State Park and form the PD River. The PD River flows into the Great PD River, which flows into the ocean in South Carolina. So that water that's up from the Blue Ridge Mountains and the Yadkin River, where it comes down and flows through there, runs into the PD River, and all that water will eventually make its way into the ocean in South Carolina.